That down, let's move on to this. Before the time comes that we all identify Tom Holland as James Bond, lest we forget he is still currently our Spider-Man. And he's got some loose lips. And now a report has come out of the press here that Tom Holland has just confirmed that they are about to start production on Spider-Man Brand New Day. They're about to start production on Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, there is a couple of big questions surrounding the film, particularly when it comes to timing. Because remember, Spider-Man Brand New Day was positioned that it was going to come out after Avengers Doomsday. Since then, Avengers Doomsday has pushed back their release date 6-7 months to December. And we still have Spider-Man Brand New Day sitting on its release date of July 31st, 2026. That now means, theoretically speaking, that Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to come out before Avengers Doomsday. Okay, let's assume for a minute that Sony, remember, this is all Sony's decision, it's their movie. Sony right now, as of this recording, is keeping that July 31st, 2026 release date. That means this movie is supposed to come out a little over a year from now. 13 months from now, this movie is supposed to be out. Now, that means that work on Spider-Man Brand New Day has actually started probably 5 months ago, probably 5-6 months ago. The storyboarding, the animatics, the costume design, the creation, the set construction, locationing, all that kind of stuff, all ready for them to start rolling cameras. Probably a lot of the visual effects have already been done, even before they start rolling cameras. A lot of work's been done. So, Rob, it's not surprising to hear with this movie coming out in 13 months. Well, they got to start production here soon. Let me ask you this. What do you think right now, as far as the release date of Spider-Man Brand New Day goes? Because, my thought process is, if you were going to move it, you announce the move when they announced the move of Avengers Doomsday. It's now been weeks since they did that. We're still sitting with this July thing. Do you think they are going to keep this July 31st, 2026 release date? Or are you expecting at some point with production now starting that they may move it after Doomsday, after all, maybe move it into 2027? How do you see this playing out?
I think they're going to keep the release date.
I'm thinking so too, actually.
And I think it's really smart that they do. Now, I don't know, through internet osmosis, it's my understanding that this movie takes place concurrently to Doomsday. Like it was always going to take place concurrently to Doomsday. What this does is it gives Doomsday now a lead-in, which it didn't have before.
That's true, yeah.
So you have a movie the last Spider-Man movie made $2 billion. And you've got the Punishers in this movie, Hulk is in this movie, and there's, who knows what's going to happen, but this movie has enough of a really interesting premise in that nobody knows who Peter Parker is. What's he going to do? He has to start his life all over again. I love all that. That's going to make for interesting, compelling superhero drama.
And by the way, to your point, with Doomsday now moving to December of 2026, if they did move Spider-Man Brand New Day after that, we would be getting Fantastic Four in July, and then literally waiting a year and a half before there was another Marvel Cinematic Universe film in theaters if they moved it.
And whatever takes place concurrently, I think that they've been afforded an opportunity. Look, the fact that Doomsday is filming right now, and they know what they're going to make. These Marvel movies, it's not like they just started from scratch. They've been developing this story.
You mean like the Star Wars sequels?
Yeah, right. They had their visual design team working on what they're doing. They are now, the same way they were able to shoot that Avengers tag on Thunderbolts, the post-credits scene with the Avengers that the Russo brothers directed. They now have a really great opportunity as they extend the Doomsday shooting, that they can caress this movie, however they're going to do it. They're offered a great opportunity to tee up Doomsday in a way that they didn't have before, by giving us some banger climax or banger post-credit scene, whatever they're going to do. They give us a great Spider-Man story, and then whatever is happening, they can lead us into it with this movie in a way that they can leave us breathlessly waiting to see Doomsday, where before Doomsday didn't have that. we're going to get Fantastic Four and then wait a year to see Doomsday. I mean, that's great. But in this way, their next thing, they now get Spider-Man to get everybody excited again about the MCU after Fantastic Four. You have not a gimmicky character. You have one of the most beloved superheroes in the world in their fourth movie coming off of No Way Home with the Punisher, with the Hulk, with whatever the hell else is going on. And if they make the movie great, it could make another $2 billion and lead you right in to Avengers Doomsday. So I think it's probably, for the MCU itself, the best alternative. As a matter of fact, it's probably better than having to wait for it, because now you've got something to lead you in that's a bona fide hit that people already love.
And you know what? I've always thought, I remember we had this discussion a while ago. I always thought, even when Doomsday was going to come out prior to Spider-Man Brand New Day, I never believed that Spider-Man Brand New Day was going to take place after the events of Doomsday. I always thought it was going to end up being like an Ant-Man 2 situation.
Yeah.
Where Ant-Man 2 came out after Infinity War, but the big chunk, almost the entire movie takes place before the events. And I always thought that's what was going to be with Spider-Man Brand New Day anyway. So this kind of just puts it more in line sequentially.
Yeah, and you know, what better way? I can't imagine having a better marketing tool than a Spider-Man movie to lead you into the new Avengers movie.
It offers you the opportunity of like a post-credit scene now that's like
could be the most meaningful yet.
Yeah.
You know?
It gives them a lot of opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, if Sony decides to do that, and I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll let Marvel put that in there. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Stitch Fix. Let's be honest, shopping is not my thing. I've wasted way too much of my time either in stores or scrolling for clothes, only to end up with stuff that doesn't fit or just, doesn't work. See, that's why I use Stitch Fix. You take a quick style quiz, your size, your vibe, your budget, and boom, you're paired with a real human stylist who curates pieces just for you. They send you a fix box with clothes actually fit for your life. Stuff you'll wear to work, on weekends, or wherever. It saves me time, helps me look great, and I never have to step foot in a store. You try everything on at home, keep what works, and send back the rest. Free shipping and returns, no subscription required. Oh, and your first fix? The try-on is totally free. So if you're tired of the endless shopping grind, this is your sign to try Stitch Fix. Seriously, it's style without the stress. Head to stitchfix.com/Campea to get $20 off your first order, and they'll waive your styling fee. That's stitchfix.com/Campea. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What are your thoughts on this? Tom Holland is now saying they're about to start production on Spider-Man Brand New Day, which they better, because the movie is supposedly coming out 13 months from today. 13 months from today. Now, obviously, they're not about to just start work. They've obviously probably been working on this for months and months and months. Now they're just going to do the filming part. But what are you feeling about this? Are you feeling they're going to keep that July release date of 2026? Do you feel like they might move it into 2027? Whatever you guys are thinking, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.